nature, these areas suffer from high level of contamination, mine contamination. Landmines, different types of explosive remnants of war, improvised explosive devices, and booby traps, quite a lot of them, have been planted and spread all over these territories indiscriminately over the years of occupation. Urban and rural areas, agricultural lands, woodlands, irrigation canals, roads, even cemeteries, all over about 9,000 square kilometers of estimated contaminated area. And this is from about 12,000 square kilometers that we have deoccupied. So it means like about 80% of the territory, the occupied territory, is considered to be contaminated. Basically, those areas where the mine plantation is impossible. Cemeteries, former cultural
Thank you.
Dear guests, monuments, and so on.
Participants, welcome to the second international
and this is, of course, a major obstacle for us
and best practices. I'm Eldar Rasulov, and I will be your moderator
to the repatriation of internal displaced persons to these areas.
Feel free to approach me anytime and throughout the day in case if you need something or have a question. I will try to navigate your request to a corresponding organizer. It has become a tradition for Mine Action Agency of the Republic of Azerbaijan to gather professionals like you from all around the world several times a year in order to discuss a crucial issue, mine action. It's well known that mine action is a top priority topic for Azerbaijan, and we are well aware that it's a top priority topic for many other countries as well. That's why we believe that this kind of conference is a great platform for brainstorming and undertaking important steps. We wish you productive discussions throughout these 2 days. And now I want to invite our first speaker, a person who is directly responsible for the initiative of these kind of conferences. Please welcome to the stage the chairman of the board of ANAMA, Mr. Vugar Suleymanov.
Ladies and gentlemen, excellencies, esteemed participants, and distinguished guests. It's both an honor and a privilege to welcome you all to the second international workshop on mine action, innovations, and best practices here in the historic city of Baku, Azerbaijan. I extend my warmest greetings to each of you to be part of this significant event. Azerbaijan stands as one of the most heavily landmine-affected countries globally, with substantial regions still grappling with the enduring presence of mines and explosive remnants of war. In the aftermath of the entire liberation of occupied territories of Azerbaijan, conducted survey and findings have revealed that the contamination is higher than initially considered. The hidden legacy of landmines and explosive remnants of war continue to pose a serious challenge to the well-being of our citizens and the sustainable development of liberated territories, which was totally destroyed. The impact of landmines on our environment is profound. According to the initial estimation, up to the 1.5 million landmines planted in liberated territories of Azerbaijan and about 9,000 square kilometers found as landmine and UXO contaminated. Over the past years, the Mine Action Agency of the Republic of Azerbaijan has been at the forefront of tackling this issue with coordinating mine action operations and demonstrating expertise in humanitarian demining, research, education, and victim assistance. As a result of the mining operations carried out from November 2020 up to the date, a total of 111,207 hectares of land has been cleared of mines and explosive remnants of war by national operators. To sum up, a total of 109,552 landmines and other explosive remnants of war were found and neutralized, including more than 30,000 anti-personnel mines, more than 18,000 anti-tank mines, and more than 60,000 unexploded ordnances. I regret to note that areas contaminated with landmines not only pose threats to the fundamental rights of individuals, but also to the safe environment, clean ecological condition, and social infrastructural activities. The impact of landmines is truly devastating. Individuals lost their lives, others are left with lifelong disabilities. Since 10th of November 2020 up to the present day, 337 people have fallen victim to explosive remnants, with 65 losing their lives and 272 suffering various degrees of injuries. Furthermore, in alignment with our commitment to sustainable development, innovative solutions, and best practices, Azerbaijan acknowledged a vital connection between the clearance of mines and achievement of sustainable development goals. In response, we are in the process of defining a specific national sustainable development goal initiated by the President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, His Excellency Mr. Ilham Aliyev. Additionally, we propose the allocation of the 18th Sustainable Development Goal on a global scale, focusing specifically on the mine action. In the spirit of recognition, I am pleased to announce that today, during our workshop, we will also witness a momentous occasion in Azerbaijan's mine action history: the certification ceremony of the first female demining team in the country. This marks a significant milestone and emphasizes our commitment to gender diversity and inclusivity in this critical field. Mine Action Innovations and Best Practices Workshop has become one of the leading platforms for showcasing new tools and technologies in the field of demining, with the participation of leading companies and institutions from around the world. We are also ready to contribute to other mine-affected countries by sharing the knowledge and best practices, innovative solutions, and management mechanisms which obtained during the large-scale demining operations in Azerbaijan. In conclusion, let us seize this opportunity to forge stronger collaborations, share knowledge, and collectively work towards a world free from a menace of landmines. The insights and innovations shared during this workshop are the building blocks of a more effective and informed global response to the landmine threat. Together we can make a lasting impact and contribute to the well-being of present and future generations. I wish you all a fruitful and successful workshop. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Suleimanov. It's important to note that all of the steps taken by ANAMA for the improvement of the mine issues in Azerbaijan in order to guarantee the safety of our people and for the soonest relocation of IDPs and refugees to their native lands, all of this is possible because of the constant support from the government of Azerbaijan as well. And by highlighting this, I want to invite our next speaker, the head of administration of the Cabinet of Ministers of the Republic of Azerbaijan, Mr. Rufat Mammadov.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me immense pleasure to extend a warm welcome to you all to this second international workshop organized by our national agency, the Mine Action Agency of the Republic of Azerbaijan. We are very proud to welcome you for the second time here in Baku. Unfortunately, the topic is not that pleasant for us, but it's very important to deal with, so that the presence of the mines and explosive remnants of war makes our efforts in rehabilitating, reconstructing the areas that are quite large and bringing people back to their homes very difficult. So, as in many countries worldwide, Azerbaijan is also suffering this threat, this risk, so that the risk for the safety, for the health and lives of civilian population of Azerbaijan. And as I said, mine contamination seriously hinders our ability to rebuild in the post-war economy. It is no secret that the demining is extremely expensive, but also time-consuming process. We are altogether actually in extreme need for better solutions in terms of technology, processes, tools that would make the mine action faster, safer, and cheaper. Azerbaijan is among countries that are confronted with high density level of mine contamination. Mr. Suleimanov just mentioned that the forecast is about 1.5 million mines planted in our territories. Back in fall 2020 and this fall of 2023, Azerbaijan restored its territorial integrity and sovereignty over about 20% of its territory that was under the Armenian occupation for almost 30 years. And along with the vast and total devastation of settlements, infrastructure, all the cultural, religious heritage, nature, these areas suffer from high level of contamination, mine contamination. Landmines, different types of explosive remnants of war, improvised explosive devices, and booby traps, quite a lot of them, have been planted and spread all over these territories indiscriminately over the years of occupation. Urban and rural areas, agricultural lands, woodlands, irrigation canals, roads, even cemeteries, all over about 9,000 square kilometers of estimated contaminated area. And this is from about 12,000 square kilometers that we have deoccupied. So it means like about 80% of the territory, the occupied territory, is considered to be contaminated. Basically, those areas where the mine plantation is impossible are not counted. As I said, we have found mines and explosive remnants of war all over these territories, independently of where we have searched for, be it former settlements or the agricultural territories, cemeteries, former cultural monuments, and so on. And this is, of course, a major obstacle for us to the repatriation of internal displaced persons to these areas, rehabilitation of and development activities. I can say the government of Azerbaijan takes the mine clearance to its top priorities. We have quite large program called the large program to restore these territories for the 22-26 for the years of 2022-2026. More than 200 very large projects. Just to mention that we are planning to restore about 100 settlements, among them quite large cities, villages and so on. And all those projects that we implement, they depend on our agency, basically, on their work, depend on the mine clearance actions that take place in those territories. And as I said, and we know all that the mine clearance is quite lengthy process and related to the security and safety also of those people who are working in the field. And so the lengthy process of the mining also influences the speed of the implementation of projects that we have planned for the liberated areas of Azerbaijan. But for this, in the past 3 years, we have significantly increased our national mine action capacities. As a government, we have invested in the National Mine Action Agency, ANAMA, quite a lot. It has first undergone through quite serious institutional reforms. We have increased the budget, so the financing of the agency almost 20 times since 2020. We have significantly increased its human resources and technical capacities. Just imagine that we started with less than 300 people, personnel, and now we have about 1,400 men in the field. And we are going to expand in the next years as well, so our plans are to grow again so that we can ensure that more and more territories are cleared of mines. We have also trained servicemen of the Ministry of Defense, of our Ministry of Emergency Situations, State Border Service, with a focus on humanitarian demining. So their servicemen have also been trained for this topic. And our private sector as well invested in increasing national mine action capacities. So we have private sector who is also working in the field. In terms of supply of material resources, we partnered with a number of international partners, producers of relevant technologies and innovative systems. At the same time, we have launched our own program to stimulate the domestic production of some types of important for us equipment, for instance, the demining machines, and we have yielded already results from this project. And as Mr. Suleimanov mentioned, this tremendous effort has enabled us to clear more than 1.1 billion square meters of land since the end of 2020, when we started our large-scale demining program. And let me also stress that this program is fully financed by the state, by ourselves, by the state budget. Unfortunately, the international community has not yet offered much of assistance to Azerbaijan, despite the scale of the mine problem in the country. Azerbaijan, as I said, is among the most mine-polluted countries worldwide. But I would like to thank those international partners of ours who have already lent a hand to our state mine action agency. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, our way is long, work hard, exchange of experience and expertise with our partners, with our colleagues from other countries, developing new and more sophisticated technologies to increase the efficiency of mine clearance and decrease relevant risks. All those are important topics on our agenda. I wish you all successful and fruitful discussions, cooperation, and also pleasant stay in Azerbaijan. Thank you very much.
Mr. Mammadov, thank you for your time. Let me mention that ANAMA highly values the importance of its international partnership, and huge number of events that took place due to the joint efforts with its international organizations is the best proof of that. I'm pretty sure our next speaker will agree with me on this. And our next speaker, the UN Resident Coordinator, Ms. Vladanka Andreeva. The floor is yours.
Excellencies, partners, and colleagues. It's my great honor to join you today at the second International Workshop on Mine Action, Innovation, and Best Practices. As some of you may recall, the final declaration that has been adopted at the conclusion of the second International Conference on Mine Action, the path to reaching the Sustainable Development Goals, which was held in May this year in Agdan and Baku, identified a set of very bold actions to advance global mine action. One of the actions was the promotion of efficient use of technology and innovation for humanitarian mine action. I therefore really commend ANAMA, Mr. Suleimanov, and his team for convening this workshop to continue our collective journey to advance global mine action. Distinguished colleagues, supporting national mine action efforts is one of the top priorities for United Nations family in Azerbaijan. Globally, landmines and explosive remnants of war are threatening the safety, health, and well-being, livelihoods of generations of people in over 60 countries. The most vulnerable, including women and children, are the most affected ones. In Azerbaijan, since 1991, 3,416 people have fallen victims to mines, including 357 children and 38 women. In the past 3 years alone, 65 people, out of which 50 civilians, have lost their lives from mines, and 272, including 9 children, have been injured. Earlier this month, I was invited at a public hearing at the Parliament, and we discussed the impact of landmines and demining activities on the ecosystem. And this is a really serious development challenge that is being addressed by Azerbaijan, but also other mine-affected countries. In order to green mine action and find sustainable solutions, innovative approaches, efficient use of technology, and sharing of best practices between mine-affected countries are becoming extremely important. And innovation is critical across all 5 pillars of mine action: clearance, explosive ordnance risk education, victim assistance, advocacy, and stockpile destruction. Gender is mainstreamed across all 5 pillars of mine action, and I look forward to learning from the experiences and best practices that will be shared during the workshop in the next 2 days. Colleagues, the United Nations family in Azerbaijan is very proud of its long-standing partnership with ANAMA since its birth and creation in 1999. From 2020 onwards, and with financial support from European Union, the Government of United Kingdom, internal UN resources, and other funding, 3 UN agencies, UNDP, UNICEF, and UNHCR, have been jointly supporting ANAMA mine action efforts through institutional strengthening, provision of technical expertise, procurement support, setting of standards, raising awareness. My colleagues will share some of the achievements, but just let me share you this fact with you. With the support that we have been receiving and working together with ANAMA, over 121,000 local population, including 43,000 children, have received life-saving mine awareness raising messages. However, there is much that needs to be done. And there is a scope for increased partnership and international support for mine action in Azerbaijan. And global experience has shown that strong partnership between local, national, and international stakeholders are critical for the success of mine action. This is not the first time you're hearing me saying, but let me repeat. Mine action is a prerequisite for sustainable development and peace in all mine-affected countries. And the path to achieving the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development must be clear of landmines and explosive remnants of war. Earlier this year, the government of Azerbaijan adopted a national Sustainable Development Goal 18 on mine action, setting a leading example for other mine-affected countries on integration of mine action as one of the key priorities for development. Globally, within the UN system, we are aware of 2 additional countries that have a national SDG on mine action, and that's Laos.
Thanks a lot, Ms. Andreeva. Usually during our conferences, we present you the video of your visit to the liberated territories the day before, where you had a chance to witness by yourself the scope of the problem in terms of landmines and explosive ordnance. This time we decided to give us more time for productive discussions and nevertheless prepared a video presentation for you in order to create a more clear picture in your heads regarding the work done by ANAMA recently. Please attention to the monitors.
Azerbaijan ranks among the world's most contaminated countries with mines and other explosive ordnance. Over the past 30 years, the Azerbaijani territories held under occupation. As a consequence of the 44-day patriotic war in September-November 2020 and the anti-terror measures conducted in September 2023, Azerbaijan successfully restored its territorial integrity. Today, the flag of our country proudly waves along all its borders. However, the damage inflicted on the territories, along with the contamination level of mines and explosive devices that creates a horrifying scene, poses serious threats to the peace and security of the region. After restoring the territorial integrity of the country, the fight against the mine threat became a national priority. To enhance the efficiency of operations, non-technical and technical surveys of civilian areas contaminated with mines, ruined residential areas, agricultural fields, cemeteries, roads, orchards, water sources, and other socio-economic important areas were initiated. During the research phase based on international mine action standards, Information obtained using special high-precision equipment is collected and entered into the information system. This information is crucial for determining the methodology and techniques of mine action operations. Manual demining is an integral and labor-intensive part of humanitarian mine action. The miners cleared the land inch by inch, analyzing each signal. Women demining groups, created with the support of international organizations, contribute to the clearance of territories from mines and explosive devices. Implementing its activities with the highest quality demining equipment within the framework of international standards and methodologies, the Mine Action Agency of the Republic of Azerbaijan gives preference to modern technologies. In areas highly contaminated with metal, where the use of detectors is impossible. In addition to the mass contamination of areas with mines, improvised explosive devices have been discovered in our liberated territories at the entrances of abandoned houses and yards, in industrial structures, residential buildings, central district hospitals, and bridges located in proximity to individual residential neighborhoods. Over the past 25 years, through the joint efforts of ANAMA and its partners, nearly 1 million mines and explosive ordnance have been discovered and neutralized in the last 3 years, and over 110,000 hectares of land have been cleared of mine threats. The training team of the agency has been active since the early 2000s. Various organizations represented by international forming and enhancing the operations of the agency are consistently highly regarded based on assessments conducted by international experts. Representatives from other countries and institutions. The training team and experts of ANAMA have conducted a total of 294 training courses for both local and international specialists. To expand the agency's material and technical base continue. Mobile field camps have been deployed to serve ANAMA staff involved in demining operations in Karabakh, taking into account all the essential needs of the team. The explosive project by the Ministry of Science and its risk education have been prepared and included in the curriculum. Awareness about the explosive ordnance risk education are carried out through participation in local and international significant exhibitions. The agency supports social humanitarian programs for the reintegration of mine victims into society and collaborates with international partners, state institutions, and civil society organizations for the implementation of inclusive approaches. Recognizing the vital importance of humanitarian demining for our people, the President of the Republic of Azerbaijan Sustainable Development Goal. In addition, Azerbaijan has also put forward and actively promotes the initiative of the 18th Global Sustainable Development Goal that covers humanitarian mine clearance activities. Through collaboration and mutual support, we must pave the way for a safer, cleaner, and mine-free world.
Thank you for your international important and interesting issue. I want to use this opportunity to start the certification ceremony of female deminers, but before that I would love to invite several speakers to the stage in order to deliver their statements, and I will kindly ask them as soon as they finish their statement, don't leave the stage and wait for the certification ceremony. First of all, I would like to invite to the stage the Ambassador of European Union to the Republic of Azerbaijan, Mr. Peter Mikhalkov.
Dear Mr. Chairman Suleimanov, so many injured people, so many destroyed families. Demining is a necessary, absolutely necessary for life in dignity, safety and prosperity, for safe returns. The European Union has been a reliable partner for Azerbaijan in demining, and is the last 2020 we implemented several projects together with ANAMA, together with international partners, the UN, UNDP, UNICEF, with international and Azerbaijani civil society organizations, Mine Action Group. Also, the European Union works with Azerbaijan in the mine action as on one of the top priorities in our cooperation in 3 areas: the mine awareness, demining itself, and assistance to mine victims. We are currently conducting a project of internally displaced persons through capacity building of ANAMA. This project gave us opportunity also to bring new capacities to support ANAMA in the area of demining, including by training 2 female demining teams, as well as help ANAMA deploying newest technologies and solutions for demining purposes. I would like to thank ANAMA, I would like to thank the UNDP and our partners, Mine Action Group, IEPF, and APOPO organization for their work on this EU-funded project. It is an honor for me to witness today an important milestone in this project, and that is a ceremony of handing over certificates to 2 teams of accredited female deminers. In this regard, I would like to stress that the European Union has played a leading role in establishing the first female demining team in Azerbaijan. This initiative promotes our joint values of ensuring equal opportunities for men and women. We are sure that with this step and with this support, the female teams will effectively contribute to ANAMA's demining